Welcome back to the show. Now time for our recruiting report. Of course, we have Otis Kirk in the house, and quite a week this past week, Otis, with early signing period. Arkansas really bringing in some surprises.
Yeah, when that thing really turned, Lissa, was Wednesday afternoon. You know, you knew he was going to get the in-state kids, but then the afternoon, they did as expected, but it was still good to hear Ray Curry say Arkansas. We all thought that's what he was going to do. It made sense with Coach Davis, with Coach Odom and everybody here. But then they go and add Miles Slusher because that wasn't exactly a slam dunk. Now, I guess Sam knew at 11:45 Tuesday night, but it was still, I mean, there was some suspense there. And they go add Miles Slusher. Then on Thursday, you go add Darren Turner. Once again, that's expected, but it's, you know, it may be expected, but yeah, in recruiting.
It's still good when it becomes official.
Yeah.
It's not, nothing is set in stone until that letter is signed.
No, with recruiting, it's not. And then, of course, you go and add Julius Coates. And so that was just really some big icing on the cake right there. Coates is a big 6'6", 6'7", 260, 270-pound defensive end that can come in here. He will be here, you know, and go through spring and can play. In fact, you know, they've got some of the 9 signees, they've got some coming in at midterm.
Which is exciting. That's good to get these guys in, get them through a spring ball and into fall camp.
Yeah, you've got Julius Coates, I just mentioned, Miles Slusher, the defensive back. You've got KELIN BURRLE, the linebacker from Harvey, Harvey Helen Cox High School. And then you got Blaine Toe, the big kid that Pittman liked his mom and dad's barbecue that he had catered there or cooked or whatever. But yeah, so you know, Blaine supplied the barbecue, and that won Sam over.
We know how to get to Sam's heart with food.
He made me hungry that day, though. I hadn't eaten. I'd been busy with keeping up with all the signings. I hadn't eaten, and Sam kept talking about barbecue. I wanted to say, shut up. I was hungry. I was starving.
Well, let's talk about what they could add come February when the signing period opens up then. You've got 3 linemen on your radar right now that Arkansas is pretty in good favor with.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a legit shot at Jalen St. John out of St. Louis, who was committed to Missouri, kind of like Curry was. You've got Robert Scott from Conway, who's committed to Ole Miss but didn't sign early, so that, you know, Sam had asked him, you know, hey, give me a chance to recruit you. And then, of course, the other one we're talking about is the one we've talked about on this show, Marcus Henderson, he was here the last week, the only weekend that Sam's hosted recruits. He was here on an official visit. And I think Arkansas is in really good shape with Marcus. Now, he's got a visit to Alabama in late January, so there again, anything can happen, especially when Alabama's involved. You got a team that's that good. Anything can happen, but he's got a great relationship with, once again, Coach Davis got a great relationship with him, Coach Odom, Coach Pittman, you know, Ray Curry, you know, is good friends with him, and so Darren Turner, you know, they're all friends. So Arkansas's got a lot of things going for them there. So even though Alabama is in it, I really think he'll go to Arkansas. Robert Scott, we'll just have to see. I mean, he was kind of ignored by the previous staff, but that's not the case with Sam. And then, like I said, St. John was committed to Missouri. I feel really good about Arkansas's chances of getting him as well.
All right, let's move on as we continue talking about recruiting to the 2021 class, because recruiting never sleeps, neither does our Otis Kirk, because we always talking about the future. One guy you want to talk about, KELIN Drones out of Texas. He was the MVP in his state championship game that they won, a quarterback that these guys really like. Yeah,
he beat Denton Ryan 28-22. KELIN was the offensive MVP. That they completed a 16-0 season, Alyssa. So, yeah, he had about 46 touchdown passes going into the game and rushed for 16, over 4,000 yards there. And then in the championship game, he threw for 185 yards and ran for 135 and 2 touchdowns. That's what got him the MVP. Denton Ryan was undefeated as well, and both these teams were undefeated. It was 5A Division I game is what it was. There's several divisions down there. But I talked to him this morning, and yeah, he's definitely interested in Arkansas. He's 6'3", 200. I know people will look at his profile and they'll see offers to William & Mary and Texas Southern. Forget that. This is a kid that I'm sure they probably didn't allow much recruiting during the season since he's a junior because they're big. I mean, I think they're like 32-1 the last 2 years. So they concentrate on the season. He will have about 30 or 40 offers.
And don't forget, there are a lot of big-time quarterbacks that come out of the state of Texas that are under the radar because it's such a big state.
Yeah.
So don't let anything, hinder your thoughts on him.
Yeah, like I said, give it a year, give it a few months, and this kid will have about 20 or 30 offers. He's that good. He's 6'3", 200. He's got a 3.4 grade point. He's the MVP of that championship game. Yeah, he's getting ready to blow
He's not
up.
about to be a stranger anymore.
He's not going to be on the radar. He's going to be on top of the radar.
There you
he's
go.
going to be like like McLaughlin. He's going to be the thermostat.
Yeah, well, there you go. And Arkansas already in the mix is good for the Hogs. Another guy we want to talk about, ERIN Outley. He is out of Parkview in Little Rock. He's a tight end, and you said he's the first guy Sam Pittman has offered since he's been here.
In Arkansas,
Arkansas.
He's the first in-state offer. Now, he had some kids that had been offered. The previous staff had offered some kids in 2020, 2021, 2022. But he is the first offer by Sam, and it's 2021 tight end. He had 48 catches, 721 yards, and 8 touchdowns as a junior. Kansas is offered. Memphis is offered. This is a kid that's 6'4", 237. Listen, he is a very good tight end. He's got a good quarterback. Speaking of 2021 quarterbacks, Landon Rogers throws to him. Landon's going to be there competing for offers. Well, he's got an offer to Kansas, but he's going to get a lot more offers too. And he's a kid. And the thing about Arkansas right now, you look at the situation, they need tight ends. They've got a couple on Hudson Henry and maybe 1 or 2 others on scholarship. That's all they've got. And they don't have one committed in the 2020 class, although I think they'll someone. But there's 3 in the state. You've got ERIN, you've got Mason Brotherton from Mena, and you've got Arrington McCray up at Harbor. So you've got 3 tight ends in the state, and they've all got multiple offers. All 3 of those kids have got multiple offers. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. But tight end is loaded next year, and ERIN Outley got that offer. And there'll be some more coming his way, and there'll be more offers coming his way.
My last question for you, Otis, because as much as people love to talk about recruiting right now with Sam Pittman, people want to know when this staff is going to start to come together and be finalized. The latest as Sam Pittman continues to put together his staff.
Yeah, I think, Major Applewhite gained a little momentum. We'd heard, but I'm hearing that maybe Kendall Browse has a very good chance of being the offensive coordinator over there. Interviewed last Monday, but I think Browse, he's halfway home with his staff. He's announced five, and I think there's something. And Browse is in a bowl game, So there's some of these guys are in bowl games. I expect some of these other coaches. Right now he needs an offensive coordinator. Assuming that guy will coach quarterbacks, you need a tight ends coach. You need a running back coach, not wide receiver. Then defensive line, and depending, I guess, with Rhodes coaching Coach Rhodes coaching linebackers. I don't know if they'll have 2 linebacker coaches. That's very specialty, but he also has coached safety. So I don't know what but they definitely need at least 1 defensive line coach. And then either, depending on what Barry coaches, either you'll have him coach safeties or he'll be another lineman. Because like Georgia used an inside and outside linebacker coach, and they were co-coordinators. So you can go both ways until we know exactly what Barry Odom's going to do. He's got Sam Carter coaching corners, so we don't know. But he has coached safeties before. But it's really, like I said, he played linebacker at Missouri, and that's his specialty. So it's going to be interesting to see how all this plays out.
Well, yeah, we'll see as we continue to keep an eye on Sam Pittman as he builds his staff. Otis Kirk, always with the recruiting knowledge. We appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Same time next week, Otis. That's going to do it for your recruiting report. Much more Pig Trail after the break.